All right, ready to dive into some AI-powered business model.
Let's do it.
You've been digging into how AI is really like shaking things up in the business world, and we've got a whole stack of reports about it. Yeah.
Yeah, lots of interesting stuff in there.
Yeah, and it's not just, slapping on AI as like the latest shiny feature.
Right.
This is really changing like the whole, rule book for how businesses operate and create value.
Yeah, it's a fundamental shift, like how value is created and delivered, It's not just...
And what's crazy is how many businesses are actually using this stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not just Amazon recommending you another book or
Right.
Netflix figuring out what you want to watch next, but we're talking like startups are getting in on this too.
Right. Yeah, and what's really cool is it goes beyond just like, making things a little bit more efficient, right? It's really about, take for instance, generative AI. We're talking about AI that can, design products, write code even.
Whoa, hold on, back up.
Yeah.
AI is out there designing like dresses and composing film scores now.
It's getting there.
Okay, so what's the catch?
I mean, the catch is, we're still in the early stages, right?
Yeah.
It's sort of the Wild West out there.
Yeah.
You got tools like ChatGPT and Google's Bard that are constantly pushing the boundaries
right.
of what's possible.
But are companies, if they don't jump on this train now, are they going to be left behind?
Oh, for sure. I mean, you look at the World Economic Forum, they're predicting AI will contribute over $15 trillion to the global economy.
15 trillion?
By 2030.
Okay, now you've got my attention.
Yeah, so it's not just about keeping up. It's about really understanding how this is going to completely reshape your business model,
Okay, so with all that potential, where do companies even begin? I mean, I'd be overwhelmed if I was running a business and trying to figure out where to plug in AI.
It can be a lot, right? And this really emphasizes it's not just about implementing AI for the sake of it, right?
Right.
You have to really identify those areas where AI can truly move the needle.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you pick the right AI projects? You can't just be throwing darts at a board.
No, not at all. It's really about strategic alignment, right? So first, you really have to understand your business challenges. What are you struggling with? And then look for those areas where AI can actually provide a significant advantage.
Okay.
Whether that's automating tasks, making better decisions with data, or even creating those really personalized customer experiences that everyone's talking about.
So let's break those down a bit, starting with efficiency. I mean,
Sure.
Everyone wants things to run a little bit smoother, right?
Exactly. Like, imagine a system that can predict when, let's say, factory equipment is about to break down.
Okay.
General Electric is already doing this, saving a fortune in potential downtime.
Oh, wow.
So they're using AI to essentially give their machinery, a sixth sense.
That's incredible. It's like having a crystal ball for your entire operation.
Yeah, pretty much.
What about this whole data-driven decision-making thing? I mean, isn't that what, analysts are for?
Sure, analysts are great, but they're human.
Right.
Right? AI can process information at a scale and speed that we can only dream of.
That's true.
Right. So you look at like financial institutions, they're using AI to analyze market data in real time, making those split-second investment decisions that would take humans way too long.
Okay, so it's like having a super-powered analyst working 24/7.
Exactly.
But what about the human touch, though? I feel like people still want those personalized experiences.
Oh, absolutely. And that's where it gets really interesting, right? Think about like Spotify or Netflix. They've kind of cracked the code on personalization.
Right.
They use these really sophisticated AI algorithms to analyze your listening habits, your viewing habits,
Yeah.
and then constantly tweak those recommendations to keep you coming back for more.
It's like having a personal DJ or a movie buff on call 24/7, basically.
Exactly.
Okay, but with all of these options, how do companies choose the right AI project to focus on? It's got to be, overwhelming.
It's tempting to just jump on every shiny object.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Every new AI trend.
Right.
But this really emphasizes a more strategic approach.
Okay.
It's really about aligning those initiatives with your overall business objectives.
So before you even start thinking about AI, you need to know what you're trying to achieve as a business.
Exactly. Like, how will this AI project actually contribute to your company's goals? Will it boost efficiency? Will it create new revenue streams?
Right.
Or will it enhance that customer experience that we were just talking about?
So it's about making sure those AI initiatives are part of the bigger picture, not just off on their own little side quests.
Exactly. And you also have to, of course, think about feasibility.
Right. Does it actually make sense for your business?
Exactly. Do you have the data Do you have the technical know-how, the budget to actually pull it off?
Right. It's like planning this elaborate vacation without checking your bank account first. You might have to scale back those travel plans.
Exactly, exactly. And, of course, you have to think about the risks involved as well, right?
Okay, so what kind of risks are we talking about here?
Well, some AI projects might involve using sensitive data, right?
Mhm.
Or they might raise ethical concerns that require careful consideration.
Right. AI is powerful, but it's not without its potential downsides.
Exactly. And then finally, you always have to think about scalability.
Okay.
Can this solution be expanded to other areas of the business?
Hmm.
Can it actually adapt and grow as your needs evolve?
So it's about making sure your AI investments have lasting value,
Yes.
not just a quick burst of hype.
Well said. Yeah, it's really about finding that sweet spot between, ambition and pragmatism when you're choosing the right AI project.
It's like putting together a puzzle, making sure all the pieces fit to create a complete and impactful picture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, while efficiency is often like a major driver for AI adoption, it's not the only one, right?
That's
AI
right.
also holds this immense potential for really driving innovation.
So it's not just about doing things faster or cheaper. It's about doing things differently.
Precisely. While AI can automate those tasks and streamline processes, it can also be used to create entirely new products, services, even business models.
Right. That's where things get really exciting.
It does, it does.
But how do companies know whether to focus on AI for efficiency or for innovation? That seems like a tough choice.
It really depends on their goals, their resources, their risk tolerance. A company that's looking for those quick wins and those cost reductions might prioritize those efficiency-driven projects,
Sure.
while a company that really wants to disrupt the market might invest more in innovation, even if it's a riskier bet.
So it's about playing to your strengths and your appetite for risk, basically.
Exactly.
Give me an example of each approach. Like, what would be an AI for efficiency project versus an AI for innovation project?
Sure. So a good example for efficiency would be something like robotic process automation,
Okay.
or RPA.
Hmm.
Companies like UiPath and Blue Prism offer these RPA tools that automate those really repetitive tasks, right?
Yeah.
Freeing up human employees for more strategic work.
So it's like having a digital workforce that never sleeps.
Exactly.
Yeah.
On the other hand, you've got companies like, say, Spotify and Tesla that are using AI to really drive innovation.
Right.
Spotify's AI-powered recommendation engine has changed how we discover music, right?
Actually.
And Tesla's autonomous driving technology, they're pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the automotive industry.
Okay, those are some really great examples of how AI can create these totally new experiences.
Right.
Can companies do both, though? Can they use AI for efficiency and innovation at the same time?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. A prime example is Amazon.
Okay.
They actually started with AI for efficiency, optimizing their logistics, their customer service,
Right.
and then they reinvested those savings into these really innovative projects like AWS and Alexa,
Oh, that's a good point.
right? Creating these entirely new revenue streams.
So they use AI to save money, and then they took that money and reinvested it in more AI to create even more value.
Exactly.
That's brilliant. It's like a positive feedback loop of AI-powered growth.
Exactly. Exactly. It's about finding the right balance for your business. But, like any new technology, there are risks to consider.
Right. And I bet you've got some insights on how to manage those risks.
Well, this really stresses the importance of starting small with pilot projects.
So dip your toes in the water before you dive headfirst into the AI pool.
Exactly. Pilot projects allow you to test those AI solutions in a controlled environment, validating their performance, identifying any kinks before you go all in, right?
It's a smart way to manage risk and build confidence in those AI initiatives.
Exactly. And another really crucial aspect of risk mitigation is ensuring data quality.
Right. Garbage in, garbage out, as they say.
Exactly.
If you train AI on bad data, you're not going to get good results.
Precisely. So establishing those robust data governance frameworks is essential, right? Making sure that data is accurate, reliable, and of course compliant with all the privacy regulations.
Absolutely. Now let's switch gears a bit and talk about this business model revolution that AI is really fueling.
Yes.
One of the most fascinating things has got to be this rise of AI as a service, or AIS.
Yes, it's a game changer.
It sounds like a game changer, especially for, smaller businesses that maybe don't have the resources to build their own AI infrastructure from scratch.
Exactly. It really levels the playing field.
So what does it look like in practice?
So essentially, it's like subscribing to a streaming service.
Yeah.
but for AI capabilities.
Okay.
Right, so cloud providers like AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, they're offering this wide range of AIS solutions.
So you basically choose a software package from a menu, you select the AI capabilities that you need, and you pay for what you use.
Exactly, exactly, making it much more accessible, especially for those smaller businesses.
That's incredible. It's like democratizing access to AI, giving even small startups the power to use these cutting-edge technologies.
Exactly, and alongside AIS, we're also seeing this surge in these subscription-based business models.
Right. So think Spotify or Netflix.
Precisely. So they've shifted from selling individual products to offering this continuous service
Right.
that's enhanced by AI-driven personalization.
So it's all about providing a customized, engaging experience that keeps those customers coming back for more.
Exactly. And it's a win-win for businesses because those subscription models, they provide a predictable, recurring revenue stream.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Exactly.
But speaking of revenue, you mentioned data monetization earlier, and I'm really curious about that, like how companies are turning data into this valuable asset.
Yeah, it's fascinating stuff. It really is. It's kind of like, taking raw materials and turning them into these valuable products.
Yeah, right.
You're taking something that might seem ordinary, like data about customer behavior, market trends, even your own internal operations,
Yeah.
and you're using it to generate these brand new revenue streams.
So it's not just about collecting data, it's about putting that data to work for you.
Exactly, exactly. One way companies are doing this is by using AI to kind of extract these valuable insights from their data and then selling those insights to other businesses.
Okay, that makes sense. But how do you even put a price tag on data?
That's a good question. It really depends on the data's uniqueness, its accuracy, its relevance. For instance, let's say a company has this massive data set on consumer purchasing habits.
Okay.
They could package that data, those insights, and sell them to market research firms, advertising agencies.
So they're not selling the actual data itself, but the insights that they've derived from that data.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. That seems a little bit more palatable from a privacy standpoint, too.
Absolutely. It allows companies to kind of unlock the value of their data without necessarily, revealing anything sensitive about individual customers.
It's like being a data detective, uncovering those hidden patterns and trends that other people might miss.
It is. It is. And AI is the magnifying glass that makes those discoveries possible.
I like that.
And another interesting aspect of data monetization is the rise of these data marketplaces.
Data marketplaces. Okay, tell me more about these. I've never heard of this.
So think of them like, online platforms where businesses can buy and sell data.
Okay.
It's like eBay, but for data instead of, collectibles.
So if I'm a company and I'm looking for data on like consumer sentiment towards electric vehicles,
Right.
I could go to a data marketplace and find a company that's selling that data.
Exactly. They provide this centralized platform for buyers and sellers to connect and transact.
That's interesting.
And AI plays a crucial role here too, right? It ensures data quality, facilitates secure transactions, even recommends relevant data sets to potential buyers.
Wow. So it sounds like the future of data is going to be all about collaboration and sharing.
To a certain extent, yes.
Yeah.
But it's important to remember that data privacy and security, they're paramount, right?
Yeah, of course.
Data monetization can only work if businesses are transparent about how they're using data.
Right.
And if consumers trust that their data is being handled responsibly.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about another AI-powered business model, outcome-based pricing.
Yes.
We touched on this earlier, but I think it's worth diving into a little bit deeper.
Yeah, it's a fascinating concept.
It sounds like a whole new way of doing business.
It really is. So in a nutshell, outcome-based pricing means customers only pay for what they get.
Okay.
Instead of paying for, software licenses or consulting hours. They're paying for those tangible results that are achieved through using AI.
So it's all about aligning incentives, right? The AI provider is motivated to deliver results because that's how they get paid. And the customer is protected because they're only paying if they see those results.
Precisely. It's a win-win situation, and it's really well suited for AI solutions. Because AI is all about driving those measurable outcomes,
right?
Whether that's increasing efficiency, reducing costs, improving customer satisfaction.
So give me an example of how this might work in the real world.
Sure. Imagine a marketing technology company that offers this AI-powered platform for optimizing ad campaigns.
Okay.
Instead of charging a monthly fee for access to that platform, they could charge a percentage of the increased revenue that their clients generate
Okay.
as a direct result of using their platform.
So their fees are directly tied to the value that they deliver.
Exactly.
That's interesting, but I imagine it's not always easy to implement, right? How do you measure those outcomes accurately? What if there are other factors that are influencing the results?
You're right. It's not always straightforward. It requires careful planning, clear metrics,
Yeah.
and a high level of trust between the AI provider and the customer.
So you need to set those expectations up front and make sure everyone's on the same page about how you define success, how you measure it.
Exactly. But despite those challenges, I think outcome-based pricing has this huge potential
Yeah.
to really revolutionize how we think about paying for AI solutions.
Yeah, it's about shifting the focus from inputs to outputs,
Yes.
from promises to results.
Precisely.
Now let's talk about another really critical aspect of AI-powered business models,
Yeah.
collaboration.
Yeah.
Collaboration is key in any business, but especially when you're talking about AI, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's not just an IT project. It really requires input from everyone across the organization.
Exactly. Breaking down those silos, fostering that cross-functional collaboration, it's essential for successful AI implementation.
So it's not just about the data scientists and the engineers.
Right.
It's about bringing in people from marketing, sales, operations, even customer service
Easy one.
to share their expertise and their insights.
Absolutely, because each department brings this unique perspective to the table, right?
Right.
Marketing understands the customer needs. Sales understands the competitive landscape. Operations understands what's actually feasible, right?
Right. So it's about getting that 360-degree view of how AI can be used to solve real business challenges.
Exactly. And don't forget about the importance of involving those end users in the process.
The people who are actually going to be using these AI systems day in and day out.
Exactly. Their feedback is invaluable.
Yeah, it's like designing a car without ever talking to the people who are actually going to be driving it.
That's a great analogy.
You might end up with a vehicle that looks really good on paper, but is a nightmare to drive in the real world.
Exactly. End users, they bring this really important practical perspective to AI projects.
Okay.
They understand the challenges of their specific roles,
Right.
and they can provide these insights that might not be obvious to, say, data scientists or developers.
So it's not just about building AI systems that are technically sophisticated, it's about building systems that actually work for the people who use them.
Well said, well said. For example, if a company is developing an AI-powered tool for its sales team,
Okay.
it's crucial to involve sales representatives in that design process from the very beginning.
Okay, so they can say, hey, this feature would be really helpful, or this data point is actually not that useful, you know?
Exactly. And by involving end users, you're not only improving the design of those AI solutions, but you're also increasing the likelihood of adoption.
Right, because people are more likely to use something if they feel like they had a hand in creating it.
Exactly. It's about building that trust and that buy-in from the ground up.
And that brings us to another critical aspect of successful AI adoption, managing change effectively.
Ah, yes, change management.
It's something that a lot of companies struggle with, especially when you're talking about something as potentially disruptive as AI.
Absolutely. Companies need to approach AI implementation really strategically,
Okay.
anticipating those challenges and addressing any concerns really proactively.
So no sneaking AI in through the back door and hoping nobody notices.
No. Transparency is key.
Okay.
Leaders need to communicate really clearly with employees about why they're adopting AI,
Yeah.
how it's going to impact their roles, and what benefits they can expect to see.
And be upfront about the potential challenges as well, right?
Absolutely. And, providing that adequate training and support, that's crucial.
Right. You want to make sure people feel empowered by this technology, not like they're being replaced by it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Companies that invest in training and upskilling their workforce, they're going to be much better positioned to really leverage the full potential of AI.
It's about creating a culture where people see AI as a tool for enhancement, not a threat.
Exactly. And celebrating those early wins,
Yeah.
those success stories, that can go a long way in building momentum and generating enthusiasm for AI initiatives.
It's like any other major change initiative. You have to acknowledge that progress, celebrate those milestones along the way.
Well said. And don't underestimate the importance of a phased rollout. Rather than trying to implement AI across the entire organization all at once,
Right.
it's often much more effective to start with a smaller pilot project.
So test the waters before you dive into the deep end.
Exactly.
Okay.
This allows companies to, identify any issues, address them in a controlled environment
Right.
before scaling up that AI solution to other parts of the organization.
It's a more measured and strategic approach to AI adoption.
Exactly. And it can make all the difference in ensuring this smooth and successful transition to this AI-powered future.
Well said. Now let's dive into this world of AI as a service.
Yes.
You mentioned it earlier. It's kind of like this subscription service for AI capabilities.
Right.
What exactly does that look like in practice?
So imagine this. You need a specific AI solution, right?
Okay.
Like, let's say, a natural language processing tool for your customer service department.
Okay.
Instead of building that AI from scratch, which would require a lot of expertise, time, and money,
Right.
you can simply subscribe to an AIS platform.
It's like choosing a software package off a menu. You select the AI capabilities you need,
Exactly.
and then you pay for what you use, usually on a monthly basis or maybe a per usage basis.
Exactly. And, the cloud giants, they're leading this AIS charge.
Yeah.
Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud.
Makes sense. They've got the infrastructure to support it.
Exactly. And they're offering this really wide array of pre-built AI models and tools that businesses can easily integrate into their existing systems.
And that's what makes this so revolutionary, right? It makes AI accessible to even those small and medium-sized businesses that maybe don't have the in-house AI expertise.
Exactly. Levels the playing field.
So they can still leverage these cutting-edge technologies without breaking the bank.
Exactly. And the beauty of AIS is it's incredibly scalable, right?
Okay.
Businesses can start small, maybe with a pilot project, and then easily scale up their usage as their needs grow.
So it's about providing that flexibility and agility, which
Yeah.
is so important in today's business environment. Now, another AI-powered business model that we touched on earlier is data monetization.
Yes.
I'm eager to dig into this a little bit deeper because it's so fascinating how companies are turning data into an actual revenue stream.
Yeah, data is often called the new oil for a reason.
Okay.
It's a valuable resource that can be refined, so to speak,
Yeah.
and used to generate income in all sorts of ways.
So it's not just about collecting data, it's about understanding how to extract value from that data.
Exactly. And AI is the key.
AI is a key.
AI algorithms can analyze these massive amounts of data, extract meaningful insights,
Okay.
and even create entirely new products and services based on those insights.
Give me an example. How is this actually playing out in the real world?
Sure, let's look at Facebook.
Okay.
They collect this vast amount of data about their users, right? Their likes, their interests, their demographics, their online behavior.
Right. Everybody knows Facebook collects a lot of data.
They then use AI to analyze that data and offer this highly targeted advertising to businesses. So it's not just about showing random ads. It's about showing the right ads to the right people at the right time.
So it's all about personalization and targeting.
Exactly. And it's incredibly effective.
Oh.
Businesses are willing to pay a premium for this kind of targeted advertising because it allows them to reach their ideal customers with this incredible accuracy.
It's like they're putting the message right in front of the people who are most likely to be interested in it.
Exactly.
That's one way to monetize data. What are some other approaches?
Another approach is licensing data to third parties.
Okay, so if I'm a company and I have this really unique data set that I think could be valuable to others,
Right.
I can essentially sell access to that data
Exactly.
to other companies.
For example, a financial institution might license anonymized transaction data to a retail company,
Okay.
providing insights into consumer spending patterns.
Interesting.
Or a healthcare organization might license anonymized patient data to a pharmaceutical company for research purposes.
So it's about finding those win-win situations where one company's data can help another company achieve its goals.
Exactly. It's like creating a whole new market for data.
It really is. And AI plays a crucial role in that process, making sure that the data is accurate, it's reliable, and of course compliant with those privacy regulations.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
You don't want to be selling or licensing data that's full of errors or that violates people's privacy, right?
Exactly. Data monetization needs to be done ethically and responsibly.
Absolutely. Now let's circle back to outcome-based pricing.
Okay.
We briefly talked about it earlier. I'm really intrigued by this model, especially in the context of AI solutions.
Yeah, it's a game changer because it really aligns those incentives, right?
Right. Remind me how it works again.
Sure. So instead of paying a fixed price for an AI solution, customers pay based on the results or outcomes that the AI delivers.
So if the AI doesn't deliver, you don't pay.
Essentially, yeah, it's a performance-based model.
That's a really powerful incentive for those AI providers to make sure that their solutions actually work.
Exactly. And it makes AI more accessible to businesses that might be hesitant to make that large upfront investment.
Right, because they only pay if they see those tangible results.
Precisely. But as we discussed earlier, implementing outcome-based pricing can be a bit tricky.
It's not always easy to measure those outcomes accurately, right?
Exactly. If the metrics aren't clear or the outcomes are difficult to measure, it can lead to disagreements, disputes.
Right, so it's all about setting those clear expectations from the get-go.
Exactly.
But when it's done right, it seems like a really powerful model.
It can be a win-win for both parties.
Yeah.
It fosters trust, aligns incentives, and drives innovation.
It sounds like the future of AI in business is all about finding these new and creative ways to deliver value.
I couldn't agree more.
It really is amazing to see how these AI-powered business models are reshaping the landscape.
And we've only just scratched the surface. The real excitement lies in seeing how these models will evolve and intersect in the future.
You're right. Just imagine a world where you've got AIS platforms offering increasingly specialized AI tools.
And those tools are constantly learning and improving, becoming more sophisticated and effective over time.
It's like having an army of invisible assistants working behind the scenes, optimizing every aspect of your business.
Precisely. And imagine the possibilities for data monetization as more and more companies realize the value of their data.
We could see the emergence of entirely new marketplaces where businesses buy and sell insights derived from data.
And those insights could be used to develop even more innovative products and services, creating a virtuous cycle of innovation.
It's mind-boggling to think about the potential. But with all this talk about AI, we can't forget about the human element. What role will humans play in this AI-powered future?
It's a question that's on everyone's mind. And the answer is, humans will continue to play a vital role.
Even as AI becomes more capable.
Absolutely. In fact, I'd argue that AI will make human skills even more valuable.
How so?
Well, think about it. As AI automates routine tasks, it frees up humans to focus on higher-level thinking, creativity, and problem-solving. Things that AI, at least for now, can't replicate.
So it's not about humans versus machines. It's about humans and machines working together.
Exactly. It's about leveraging the strengths of both. AI can handle the heavy lifting, the data analysis, and the repetitive tasks, while humans can provide the creativity, the strategic thinking, and the emotional intelligence.
It's like a partnership, each side bringing their unique strengths to the table.
Precisely. And as AI continues to evolve, I believe we'll see even more opportunities for this kind of human-machine collaboration.
That's reassuring to hear, because at the end of the day, business is about people.
It is. It's about solving problems, creating value, and making a positive impact on the world. And I believe that AI can help us do all of those things better than ever before.
This has been an incredible deep dive into the world of AI-powered business models. Any final thoughts before we wrap things up?
Just this. The future of business is AI-driven. But it's up to us to shape that future in a way that benefits everyone.
Well said. That's all the time we have for today's deep dive. As always, we encourage you to keep exploring these topics and to stay curious about the ever-evolving world of AI.
Until next time, keep diving deep.